Hello and welcome to your daily NBA Roundup, where we go through all the big news from the night before. I'm joined once again by Tim, our resident NBA expert here in the studio at the Jamlive Centre, where we're going to go over last night's top 3 stories, aren't we, Tim?
Yeah, it was another exciting night in the NBA. They say, a lot of people like to say that it was a strange night in the NBA, but for me, there's just NBA games. There's no strange games.
Well, anything in sports, it can't be predicted, can it?
No.
So, first topic, probably the biggest game of last night, the Nuggets breezing past the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, for a lot of people, it might not be a surprise. For any of you who watch the NBA regularly, the Nuggets are having a good season. They've got a really good squad set up. Jokic is having another great year. Jamal Murray obviously had a brilliant game against the Celtics a few weeks ago, showing up big again. But LeBron's Lakers just looking like they can't defend, which is a real shame when you take on an offensive juggernaut like the Nuggets.
I think you've said in the past the Nuggets don't have the star power that perhaps some of the big teams like the Lakers would have, but all around they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, fantastic depth, fantastic youth in the squad. I mean, their stand-up player is Jokic, but he's very good on one side of the ball, not so good on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, he's surrounded by good quality talent. But I mean, we've spoken about it before. They'll probably all be gone next year because they're all arguably fringe all-stars, and if they were given enough space to run on their own, then they could arguably make the all-star teams themselves. But the Lakers again just falling out. So the only highlight for the Lakers during that game was this crazy play where LeBron goes for a dunk and completely misses, bounces off the rim. I believe Lonzo Ball chucks it back to Kyle Kuzma, who has to finish it, and that was about the most exciting thing the Lakers did all day, was LeBron missing a dunk. So not a great night for the Lakers.
And there'll be a clip right there for you.
Kuzma underneath. Denver's upset. They want to get a whistle. They still just got that lone free throw, and Murray saying he got fouled by Chandler down here. Didn't see many officials ever change their mind, though.
Whatever.
They never changed their mind.
No. We're coming back with the Bird. More after this.
So, second story of the day is Markelle Fultz. Didn't play last year. He's had a bit of a struggle this year, hasn't he? He's not shooting very well.
Well, yeah, missed a huge amount of the season last year through injury. There was huge talk over the summer that he'd been seen as a specific shooting coach, and that this year was going to be completely different because they've already got one non-shooter in Ben Simmons on their team, so they need more shooting from him. But he's just been awful, sadly. I mean, they started him at the start of the season to ensure that he'd build his confidence, but it's not happened for him, which is a real shame because you don't want any guy to end up being a bust, but it's trending that way, sadly. And now he's currently in New York seeing a specialist about his wrist, which his agent told the Sixers, not himself, which was a bit odd. But
so is that on his shooting hand or his offhand?
So this is the thing, it hasn't really been reported which one. It's all really been a bit vague. A lot of people are saying that he's probably just got the yips. There's no real medical problem. The Sixers didn't say he had a medical problem. This has all come from his agent. So it's all been real strange, but looks like the Sixers might even be looking to move him on.
So if the Sixers did want to get rid of him, which is a very real possibility, what do you think they could get for him? Surely not a first round pick anymore.
Well, this is the thing. I think that would be the Sixers' sort of best case scenario if they did get a first round pick for him, sort of no matter where it would be. A lot of people saying they might end up having to be 2 second round picks, but you got to look at who's going to take the risk on him. Obviously none of the top caliber teams are going to waste time on him because he's not overly a productive player yet. He's a player with huge upside, but he's not really showing it. So you're going to look at lottery teams who are looking to take a gamble. He was the first pick in the draft for a reason because he's hugely talented and he's a great defender, but it's a case of translating his game into the NBA, and maybe he just needs a lot of intense coaching, and hopefully maybe one of the lottery teams are going to give him that. But for the next couple of seasons, I can't see him being a starter in the league.
Do you think he deserves a spot on a starting five, or do you think he's a good guy to call off the bench?
I think for now, where he is, especially what his contract is and how much he's worth in the minute, I think he'd be a potential good leader for a second unit. I mean, not for a great team necessarily, but he does need notable minutes, and I think as a sixth man or as a second choice point guard, I think that's probably the best place for him right now in the league.
Obviously, Booker, the Phoenix Suns, there has a new contract. Yeah, he's come out and said that he wants a super team in Phoenix, which, as everybody that follows the NBA knows, Phoenix haven't been the best for probably the past decade. They haven't even made the playoffs. How far away do you think that is, Tim?
For them making the playoffs, it's still a little way off. If they were in the East, then I might say a little differently because Booker's a fantastic player and he's got DeAndre Ayton with him. Obviously this year's first pick of the draft, who's shown to be a productive player and is a sort of good Robin to Booker's Batman. But you're right, if you want to be anything in the NBA now, you kind of have to be a super team. They need maybe one or maybe even two stars with them Now, depending on where they end up in the draft, they might end up with one of those young Duke boys, which obviously means they'd shoot up the standings again. But I can't see any success for them immediately. I mean, they'd have to make some clever deals and potentially draft well this year if they really want to start pushing for the playoffs in the West, because there's potentially 12 teams right now who are all pushing for a playoff place, and not all of them are guaranteed it, and all those teams are arguably better than Phoenix right now. I mean, some great young talent, but they're just not there yet.
Obviously, with Zion absolutely dominating the Big Ten in college basketball, do you think he will be a good fit for the team?
Yeah, potentially, because they've got a great guard in Booker. I think a lot of people are a bit confused about where Zion fits right now on the court, sort of what position he would play, because sort of physically and in size he is more of a forward, but in height he's maybe a bit more of a guard, sort of 6'6", 6'7". So, you know, but the Suns have got a great guard in Booker, and they've got a great centre in Ayton, so I think sitting in the 3 or the 4 spot would be a perfect fit for him. But I mean, the Suns would really have to bomb out if they were hoping for the number 1 pick, which Zion's probably going to be this year.
Alright, thanks for that, Tim. Thanks once again for joining us on the NBA Roundup. Check back to Jamlive for news throughout the day. I've been Rob Tunley, and once again, this has been Too Much.